Welcome to the February 2018 edition of the Michigan Priority Report. For me, February is the toughest month of the year, sandwiched between the cold and snow of January and the promise of spring that March brings. February also brings our annual trek to Washington, D.C. to mix it up with federal legislators and regulators. As you know, every February we head to CUNA GAC, and this year we had over 150 in the Michigan delegation, one of our highest turnouts ever. While in Washington, D.C., we focused on protecting our not-for-profit tax status, which is always a key point of discussion with our congressional delegation members. We discussed the need for regulatory relief, which after tax reform remains a key unfinished agenda item for this Congress. We also continue to work on issues like the national data breach legislation and the need to update our Federal Credit Union Act, which is critical for the long-term health of the dual chartering system. While Hill visits to congressional offices are an important part of any trip to Washington, D.C., we always also take the chance to meet with key regulators. We met with NCUA Chairman Mark McWaters and discussed a variety of issues, including Michigan impacts associated with the realignment of NCUA regions and needed improvements in the NCUA complaint handling process. We also discussed upcoming credit union insurance fund dividends in 2018. Now, we also met with the CFPB to discuss the need for the Bureau to exercise its exemption authority to make sure its rules aren't unnecessarily burdening credit unions. Additionally, we covered their upcoming regulatory agenda and flagged them on several regulations that need to be clarified so that credit unions can better understand what's needed for compliance. Now, our own Michigan GAC is just around the corner in Lansing on April 18th and 19th. CUNA Chief Advocacy Officer Ryan Donovan will be joining us for an advocacy update, and we're working on solidifying sessions with representatives from DIFS, the NCUA, and members of our State House and Senate. Watch for finalized details in the coming weeks. Now, we're close to having a state Senate hearing on data breach legislation that we've been working on for many months. As many of you know, Senator Boer recently introduced Senate Bills 632 and 633. Now, these two bills, which are supported by both the MCUL and the Michigan bankers, would help to create cybersecurity standards as well as notification standards. In addition to providing for notice when a breach occurs, it would allow credit unions to tell members who was responsible for causing the breach, which is an important element of mitigating reputation risk. Now, as you may recall, we continue to work with a coalition of community groups that are opposing expansion of payday lending authority. Legislation that was introduced in June of 2017 by State Senators David Robertson and Vincent Gregory would create an entirely new act for payday lenders called the Small Loan Regulatory Act. Under the Small Loan Regulatory Act, payday lenders would be able to offer loans as high as $2,500 to be repaid over a period of 24 months with triple-digit interest rates. Now, a consumer who borrows $2,500 and repaid it over 24 months would end up paying over $8,300, which makes this bad for Michigan families and communities and would only expose more people to the real risk of getting into a debt spiral. Now, on the regulatory front, MCUL continues to work on behalf of Michigan credit unions who have been targeted by California trial attorneys concerning the issue of ADA website compliance. Most credit unions have received requests for settlement, but some credit unions have actually been sued, and MCUL has filed 3 amicus briefs in the last 2 months supporting Michigan credit unions and seeking dismissal of these frivolous lawsuits. The lawsuits claim that credit union websites are not in compliance with the ADA, which was passed in the early 1990s, long before there even was an internet or websites. In fact, the ADA doesn't even mention websites as a place where public accommodation is required. Now, unfortunately, the Department of Justice, which is responsible for providing guidance on implementing the ADA, has refused to do so, putting well-meaning credit unions looking to comply once they figure out how to comply, in a real pickle. At best, we can rely on industry best practices for compliance designed to allow your website to talk to a visually or hearing impaired person's software. Now, more to come as this unfolds, but I strongly encourage every credit union to work with our experts at CUSG Technology Solutions to get your website in line with industry best practices, which should guard against litigation risks from these public interest law firms looking to make a fast buck. Now, a quick word about our 2018 statewide cooperative advertising campaign, which is kicked off across the state. The theme this year and next focuses on strength in our numbers, and the campaign began advertising in January with streaming video, cable television, streaming radio, and digital advertising. Now, to help credit unions leverage the CU Link's multi-million-dollar annual spend, our communication teams recently launched a new and easy-to-use CU Link integration portal. You can visit that now at mcul.org/integration. These integration dollars are provided, when they're available through CUSG Profitability, as an incentive to full fair share credit unions to tie their own brand messaging to the overall state campaign, thereby amplifying the message. New this year and next, we'll be providing a wide range of brand integration options through Focus IQ, GSTV, and Cube TV. From digital media buying to video shorts to specialty items, there will be great choices for every full fair share credit union, regardless of size or location. Now, with spring in the air, our Spring Leadership Development Conference, which provides great education and networking for Michigan Credit Union directors, committee members, and CEOs, is almost here. This year's conference is being held at the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, April 27th to the 29th. Session highlights include top 10 compliance issues for boards, human resources and healthcare compliance, board succession planning at its simplest and finest, and split dollar arrangements, a primer for board members, and Bank Secrecy Act training as well. Now, board members and volunteers will want to mark your calendars and join us for this excellent event, which features plenty of networking time in addition to great education offerings. And everyone knows that the ACNE is right around the corner in June. This year, we'll be in beautiful Traverse City, and as always, we've got a great lineup of speakers, hot topics, and plenty of networking opportunities. Make sure to visit the event registration site now, as space is filling up at area hotels for this popular event. Now, taking a look at CUSG, our team has been hard at work focused on rolling out 2 products here in Michigan and nationally, LifeSteps Wallet and Planning Pro. LifeSteps Wallet is a suite of mobile banking enhancements designed to position credit unions top of wallet and top of mind with members. It's designed to work with and enhance the credit union's mobile banking experience and provide members with a wide variety of supporting tools that enrich and enhance your members' mobile banking experience. We've had a lot of excitement around this unique product and what it can do to enhance the credit union's mobile banking experience. Planning Pro is a resource that helps credit unions organize, build, and track strategic and operational plans. It's a versatile product that can help CEOs and management teams monitor the progress of their plans in a more collaborative and efficient way. It generates simple and effective reports that credit union executives can leverage to make powerful impressions, particularly in board meetings. Our Sprint discount program was very strong throughout 2017 and is off to a great start in 2018. We've been especially pleased with the new Sprint offer, which has deposited over $32 million into the accounts of 438,000 members since January 1st, 2017. Continuing to grow the Sprint program continues to be a top priority, and if you don't currently offer that discount to your members, we invite you to consider working with us to get you on board. And with tax season underway, CUSG and credit unions are busy promoting new features and benefits with the Love My Credit Union Rewards TurboTax discount. This season, 99 new credit unions have enrolled into the TurboTax program, representing just shy of 2 million members. That brings the total number of members eligible for the TurboTax discount to more than 47 million members. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this priority report. If you'd like to follow up with me on anything that you've heard, don't hesitate to contact me for more information. Thank you once again for joining us, and we'll see you next month.